What is good, y'all? It's your boy Mukamara Sama, and we are back with another day of Sketching My Way Back live stream. Um, Day 112, and we're back at it again. Back to back to back to back to back. Ain't no one finna stop us. Ain't no one finna stop us. We gonna keep going through ups and downs, rain and pouring. Ain't no one gonna stop us, depressed or not. I'm going to put that pen to that motherfucking pad. So today we are going to draw someone else. I know we are drawing Professor a bit, but I want to create a distinction between these characters. I said Professor. I want to put a great distinction between these two characters, Rohan and Milzo. Even though they're one and the same, they are different characters, and I need to start distinctly drawing them in certain ways, and just making sure that people get that there's a difference, because I'm starting to think that people don't. So yeah, and what I have in mind is like really cool. It's gonna help me start seeing the characters differently when it comes to their perception, viewpoints, and all that other stuff. Just messing around with that. Something I feel like with Hakeem, Devontae, and Tara that I've done a lot for. So yeah, we're kind of experimenting today with different viewpoints is what I have in mind. And yeah. Let me know how y'all feeling in the chat. With me, I'm kind of down, you know what I'm saying? The last couple episodes I kind of went over. Don't want to rehash it again, but I'm still kind of down about that. You know, this is going to be a solo journey for now on. You're welcome to become part of the community that I'm building, but I got to start from scratch. I burned it all down, and I'm starting from scratch from here on out. Are things reversible? Shit, I don't know, but at least on my end, I ain't trying. Like, I done enough for others, and I gotta start doing more for myself. Is the motto. But yeah, if you're new to this channel, I go by Mukamara Sama. I am the one and only creator of Psychic Homie, and I am doing this Sketch My Way Back streamathon to just sharpen my skills before I drop the series. Now, I'm not giving a date on this. I'm just saying I'm sharpening my skills, and after that there will be some time where I drop something. So yeah, some of y'all might be like, well, your skills are good enough now. I don't feel like that. And once I personally feel like I am good enough to drop, then I'll drop. So enough about dropping, but yeah, consistency is what I'm working on. I'm working on making sure that my characters look the same from all angles. So that's kind of what I'm working on today. And yeah, in the past I've kind of worked on that, but I got a lot of characters, so I have to work on it for a whole bunch of characters. You guys are watching me live learn these things, you know what I'm saying? This is in the making, so to say. But yeah, this streaming shit is hard, man. Like, drawing by myself, I get to take my time and do things, and I like to stand up and draw, but like I don't get to do that when I'm streaming. I gotta just be focused, and I get to yap a lot. That's something I like doing, but yeah. But yeah, my day has been whatever, honestly. Talked to my therapist today. She low-key made me feel like she wasn't on my side, which was weird. And I know they're supposed to challenge you on certain things, but I'm just like, I don't know. It's a new one. It's better than the last one, but I might need a new one. I don't fucking know. But yeah, Shit sucks, man. It sucks. It sucks when you gotta like leave a friend group and like leave something that you kind of built with people. Like, you know what I'm saying? It seemed like what we had was dope, and now it's just kind of ruined. And yeah, it's something I'm not like, something I miss 100%. It was dope. You know what I'm saying? It was dope hanging out with people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if y'all ever been on Discord or been on Discord communities, but it's just like, that shit is dope, especially when you spend a lot of time with people. It's fun. It's something to look forward to and share bond, share stories. It's kind of like a group therapy. Felt like it was a safe space. I felt like it was, and then, you know, I'm not gonna say by my own doing, but by certain events happening, it just kind of all falls out, all falls down, and that sucks. You know, it got me depressed, for sure. When you pour into people and they don't value it the same way as you do, it's just kind of like, ugh, like, damn, like, never, I get away from me at this point. Like, I don't know, that's just me. But I gotta keep on pushing, and that's me showing up and even talking about it. That's what it is. I'm showing up, and I just want to let people know, because something like that happened. They're like, oh, draw some more, something like that. Like, I'm just showing up, man. That's all I can really do. If this stream is just me yapping and not a single line is drawn on this, then that's it. That counts for me, because I really don't have to show up. I really don't even have to turn this thing on and be live. I can just lay in my bed all day and mope. It's what I want to do. That's what I really want to do, and cry or whatever. But I'm showing up because this is what I told myself that I would do. I have 160 days to do. I got 3 months down, and, you know, I pulled up. I showed up. So hopefully y'all can appreciate that and the transparency. Hopefully y'all can get something out of this, get something out of me yapping, or get something out of me drawing. But yeah, that shit got me, can't even eat, can't sleep. It's probably triggered, you know what I'm saying? Something out of that situation triggered me for sure. And, you know, I hope they can understand, but I'm just like, it's just, I don't feel safe. Emotionally, I do not feel safe. It just feels like there was a lot, like, for me, there's like a couple of things that trigger me. Like, one, abandonment. Like, that's how I feel sometimes. And then, like, two, like, erasure or not feeling heard. Like, that's what it is. Like, when someone does something to trigger me and they're just like, oh no, that's not what it was, like, you know what I'm saying? And it always seems to be that, and I'm like, that to me is just like, all right, well, if it's never your fault, if it's always me just overreacting, then, like, you know, it just kind of seems weird, you know, when it's like, we'll have conversations about certain things, and, oh yeah, I get that. I see where that person wronged you. Oh, but when it's me though, when it's me, that didn't happen. That's why I'm just kind of like, yeah, I get tired of that. And I get tired of explaining myself. You know, that having to explain yourself over and over and over and over, explaining myself on stream, explaining myself to that person, explaining myself to the other people, explaining myself. I get fucking tired. And it's just like, why do I, like, when I know what the outcome is going to be, the outcome is going to be me having to apologize. I'm just like, all right, you got it. Y'all do you at that point. You know what I'm saying? And I've done it many times before, and it's always benefited me. Every time I've just said fuck it, burn it all down and burnt that bridge, it has always benefited me. I've always seen a better side of me, and at least when it comes to, for sure, my art, like how much time I put into, how much time I gotten better. That to me is like all that fucking matters. It's just like, well, I got better. I see improvement on my end when it comes to how I brand myself, how I market myself. It has always been better, and I've always lost people who weren't really my audience anyways. So at that point, I just, it is what it is. I've already kind of moved out of the area, moved out of the environment, and seen a better version of me that I like, and I think that's all that matters. So yeah, this is me saying goodbye. And not forever. It's not like things can't be patched over. They gotta do them by themselves. Like, cause I feel like when it comes to my energy, I feel like a lot of people like being around me. They like my motivation. They like hearing what I have to say. They like the energy. They like that, but they don't really like it for me. I don't know. Maybe they just like what it does for them, but not necessarily liking me. And that's what I hate. It turns into like, oh no, you can't feel that way, but I like what you're saying for myself. And yeah, and it's either they get too, I don't want to say attached, but like they get too comfortable around me, or I get too comfortable around them, and they don't like that. You know what I'm saying? And I use that can mean a lot of people. So if you're watching this stream and you're just like, oh, he's just talking about me, this can go for a lot of people, because I bring people together. You know what I'm saying? And then that weight of responsibility, that burden of responsibility, it gets too much, because you're dealing with so many people's emotions, and I just get to a point where I'm like, fuck it. And then personally, I said this in the last stream, personally, it just feels like, betrayal. Like, I'm just like, you knew what it was, but then like you're acting like it's not that. That's when I'm just kind of like, that hurt a lot, because it just made me feel like wasted time. And I'm just like, all right, if it wasn't that, then like, why? You know what I'm saying? And it just sucks, because I'm like, I'm tired of reaching out. I'm tired of reaching out and be like, oh, my bad. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what it was. That's what it is. I'm just yapping to waste time, but yeah, that got me out of that situation. Still sad about it. Yeah. Well, today we're drawing Milzo, which is different from Rohan. I would say I'm waiting for the homies, but I don't think I got any more homies anymore. I don't think I got any homies anymore. Maybe someone takes it personally. I don't know. But yeah. And that too, like, that makes me feel like, that made me feel like, here, my phone is nearly dead. I'm gonna pull through whenever I can. I appreciate that, bro. Yeah. That makes me feel like other people who weren't even involved in the situation make me think that I'm taking it personally, but I'm just like, yeah, I had to bounce. But if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you're watching this live, shit, I appreciate you getting this far of me yapping. And then yeah, man, I really want to see what I can be after this solo journey, and see if I can make it to 3 months, like November. That's what I'm aiming for. But yeah, appreciate everybody stopping by. Yeah, let's get to this. Let's get started on this Milzo piece. Yeah, hella depressed, you know. And some of that shit was like hella personal. You know what I'm saying? It was like hella personal, triggered. I'm pretty sure they're triggered, but I'm just like, I don't know. I hate when people minimize shit, like make it seem like it wasn't something that it was, and that I was just conflating things, or that will just like straight up piss me off, like, and trigger me. Yeah, you know, it sucks that like a lot of the things were like so intertwined, and I just, I don't know. Maybe I'm dramatic, maybe I'm not. I don't know. I just think if people will rock with you regardless. So far, it's coming out dope. I'm gonna post this one and a lot of others too. I think I've been slacking on my post game. Yeah, this feels like nobody fucks with me anymore, but who cares? I'm just tired of it always being my fault, you know what I'm saying? Just tired of that shit. Yeah, just very sad, man. As I'm drawing this piece, somber, sad. You know, it sucks. It sucks when things are over. It sucks feeling rejected. It just sucks. What up, what up, what up? This is the press stream. I'm still moving, still here, still good, just showing up today. And I'm going to be posting a lot. I have such a back catalog of shit that I'm just like, yeah, I need to start posting these. So once I get finished with this one, which is coming out extremely dope, I'm gonna go on a posting spree. I'm gonna post like every day or something like that. Like, I don't want to just post everything I have. Appreciate that. One of the homies pulled up. Yes, sir. We are drawing some fire shit today. Got Millsville. Actual Millzone, you know what I'm saying? Not Rohan / Millsville. Just had to make that distinction because, you know, people get them confused. And it's been a minute since I've seen you draw him. Yeah. It's been a minute. It has been a minute. He looks real beefy. Real beefy. That's how he's supposed to be. Like anytime Rohan transforms into him, he's supposed to be like, Hulk, but like not the Hulk. just gotta add all the fucking details. Nah, that shit look dope. The hardest part of this shit was like the mustache. I was like, how the fuck is it gonna look? Looking like, can I help you? Facts. This is like, they're all in danger, and then they need Milzo to fucking pull it in the clutch, and he's just like, all right, you fuck with my team long enough. I'm trying to look like this nigga. This nigga is buff as fuck. I don't even know what the fuck I'm probably not even gonna eat today. I just don't feel like fucking eating. Just don't feel like fucking eating. All I gotta do is detail the hair. This should look dope. This shit look dope as fuck. He looks like a dope ass character. I'm telling you, my character design is unmatched, man. I see people having locks now and doing the little cylinder locks, whatever, but y'all still don't do locks like me, man. Y'all still don't do it like me. Y'all try copying the ways. I said, your style has gotten more refined. Yeah, man, this shit is fucking through ups and downs, through depression and fucking whatever, bro. Like, I still am unmatched. Nobody can match my style. Like, I cemented it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do the same for Devontae's hair too. But it's like the extra details, you know what I'm saying? No one can fuck with it. How I specifically do it, no one can fuck. But I've been seeing that shit recently. I've been seeing a lot of people do locks like me, and I'm just like, all right, that's cool. Y'all wasn't doing that before. Y'all had the little, like, you know what I'm saying, locks that were like bumpy and whatever, but no one does locks like me, bro. I don't give a fuck what no one says. And when I add the detail to it, you know what I'm saying? When I add the detail to it, I don't know if I'm gonna go for the twist or this shit. I'm probably gonna end up do something like that. But I'm not doing that right now because I deserve a smoke break. Best believe I'm gonna post this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Let me turn this shit off so I can actually smoke. Oh, you're talking about the twist? I probably could do it. I gotta look at it again. I always fucking forget. I gotta look at how I drew them. Cause I know when Rohan, when he's just Rohan, they're just playing. You know what I'm saying? They're just playing. Okay. So they're like diagonal. They're like something like that. Yeah, they're like that. It's like they're twisting. Yeah. Now the reason why doing them like this just adds extra detail. Like I'm gonna start doing that with Devontae's hair, but this is like, it means his hair is twisted, and like that's why I'm like, it's so dope. It's so dope because that just shows the transformation. Like that's how I want my characters to transform. Like usually I have my locks and they're just all out or whatever. That's what I'm saying. Like, so when he transforms, they're like this. And then like when he's in normal, it's just like straight. Yeah. Nah, I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at him right now. And like sometimes he can be mid-transformation. Sometimes Rohan can be mid-transformation. And then like they're like not that way. So that's why I'm trying to like portray in this. But yeah. That shit looks actually kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. Right now, he looked like my favorite character. I'm not going front. He looked like he's sometimes when I draw Rohan or Milzo, it just looks like he should be the main character. Like he needs to be the main character type shit. Yeah. If I can't find a better way to do it, I'm just gonna go for the detail, but we'll see. Yeah. The twisted locks look fire. Why do I feel like I've like on my Instagram, I'm just like, yo, where are all my Milzo pics? That's why like Milzo and Professor Rowan need to be drawn like way more. Yeah, I'm liking the little thing. The one thing I have to do is like I gotta get a Rohan and a Milzo pick with their hair like tied up or something like that. Cause they both have their hair shaved at the side. Like there's not, you know what I'm saying? They have like there's not a it's not like they have locks all on their head. It's like their hair is just like mine. So yeah, anyways, let me fucking smoke. I mean toke. And talk my shit. But yeah, man. Supposed to be doing something today, but I ain't doing it. Tell you that right now. I'm doing what I want to do today. I'll tell you that right now. You know, it is crazy after all that little bullshit drama happened. Like, I was telling myself, not even telling myself, I was just saying out loud, I was like, oh yeah, I need a heartbreak so I can fucking get a Zenkai boost. And I'm like, I did get the Zenkai boost. Not gonna lie, this piece is crazy. But I'm like, I'm finally off work, so I'm getting me food right now and then gonna draw all night. You know what I'm saying? Gotta lock in. Gotta lock in. You know what I'm saying? Gotta lock in. That's what happened to me, man. I just fucking locked in. It sucks that I needed that. Like, I didn't need it, bro, to be honest. I didn't need heartbreak right now. I wish that everything, I honestly wish everything got back to normal. It was so fun in the Discord and everything was fun. Everybody was happy. And it's just not anymore. It's just not. I just gotta fucking separate myself from that shit. Sucks. Well, we could talk more about it off stream, because I know you had called me. But yeah, man, I just got to a point of like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like when shit happens, I don't like running into people over and over and over again, because it'd be like, damn, nigga, you didn't, like, damn, bitch, you didn't learn from the last time, you know what I'm saying? And I low-key didn't. But it hurts all the same, you know? Motherfuckers get lonely. And then, you know what I'm saying, start acting stupid. Yeah, I'm gonna post 3 today for sure. Nigga, Milzo looked like the motherfucking honored one, nigga. And that's like, a lot of people probably can't see it, but like, he is really inspired by Gojo. Like, real shit. Every time, at least Milzo and Rohan, they're supposed to be Gojo, but like, just with a different story. Milzo, Gojo, I'm just saying. I didn't do it on purpose. It just happened like that. Maybe Gege, you know what I'm saying? Maybe Gege copied me. I don't know. Yeah, those be the worst types of heartbreaks I get. Bro, but hey, sometimes us as people gotta go through that shit. Times to understand, hey, time to cut this shit loose and flourish. But hey, that's what I'm saying. Like, how I break it down, to me, how I see it, it's like, I understand I have this energy, all right? I have this energy, and people like being around my energy. And like, maybe it's because I'm a Sagittarius. I don't know, whatever it is, the type of person I am. Like, I like groups. You know what I'm saying? I don't like being lonely, if I'm being straight up honest. I don't like, you know, I like solitude when my energy's low or whatever, but I'm like, I don't like on a day-to-day basis being alone. I flourish as well. Oh, let me not say that. The best way I can explain it is just like, I like bringing people together and doing dope ass shit, especially creators. But like, what I realize is that certain creators will be on their low point. Certain creators will like be trying to get it out the mud, or like they're just, I don't know, like, my bad, I was moving my mic. They're just like at their low point, or I don't want to say low point, but they're just like not in the creative space, right? They're creators, but they're not in the creative space, and they need motivation. When they're around me, they get that motivation, right? To start doing shit. And it's like siphoning off my energy. And once they gotten enough of that energy to get motivated, they're like, well, I don't need them anymore. That's what be like breaking my heart. Cause I'm just like, damn, like, so you're just gonna like, you don't give a fuck about me. You just wanted to be around that energy of somebody who's motivated, who's chasing their dreams. And like some people be like, oh, I don't want to fuck with this person at all. Like, I don't like that he's chasing their dream. It makes me feel like incompetent. It makes me feel like I'm not that person or not that bitch, not that girl, whatever, not that guy. And I do this without ego. I do this without like I don't feel like I'm in competition with anybody. I'm just trying to get better myself, right? And they feel that way, and it's just like it sucks that they feel that way, And I'm glad I can do that for them, but I'm just like I gotta like protect my energy. Sometimes they're trying to make it seem like it's something that it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when they don't say that, like when I'm in my low point, you know what I'm saying? Even when whenever I get inspired by somebody, I'm not afraid to tell them like, yo, you motivated me to get out of this like predicament that I was in. And when people don't do the same for me, it's just like it makes me sad, and it just pisses me off because I'm just like, you can't see all the work I'm doing to help you. Oh, okay, yeah. You can't eat at my table because I'm like, I never had that before. I never had somebody. Let me not say I never had that before, but it just is rare when I meet somebody who's just like, yo, you inspired me, and I want to keep going based off of that. You know what I'm saying? You take charge, and I feel like you're genuine. That's rare nowadays. So yeah, people are gonna gravitate towards that. But even then, a lot of individuals never experienced that before, and they don't know how to react or treat it. Also, I had that happen to me so much. People would only want to be around me because my energy is one of a kind, and I'm lifting shit. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like you put it. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, and it sucks. Especially when you make a genuine connection, you just feel betrayed. That's a better word of saying it. Like, I feel betrayed. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like I thought we were about to make my, the dream I had, like not necessarily like, oh, we're going to make it's just like my dream is to, not even my dream. It's just something I want is to like be around a whole bunch of creative people who support each other and do dope ass shit. And I thought that was the beginning of it. It really felt like that, whether it be going to DreamCon together, whether it be going to Japan. Now all that's just tainted now. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people will probably ask and probably feel like, like, what did I have to do with that? And I'm just like, everything's tainted. I seen how you were moving around that. Yep, it's a few people that done me like that, or they used or tried to use me, but I'm a smart cookie. You're not gonna get one over on me. I mean, they could. That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, I'm like, they can try to do whatever, right? And I just feel like I always prosper regardless. And it's just a little Zenkai boost, and it got personal too. Like this time it was personal with somebody that I was just like was actively supporting me, and I was just like, this support is dope, and it's okay for this support just to stay as this support. But they opened the door expecting it to just be able to open and close when that, like, and maybe they didn't, but like I didn't like how they opened the door and then closed the door. And it's just like, damn, just when I actually kind of thought it was going to be something, and it wasn't. And then I was just like, I get anybody can change their feelings about whatever whenever they want, but they have to like understand the repercussions of that. You're playing with emotions, and like, someone called me. Okay. Yeah, it's just like playing with my emotions. Not granted, they may have not done it on purpose, but it still hurts none the same. You know what I'm saying? It still hurts. Yep, you're playing with another human being at that point. And exactly, like, and whether they did it on purpose or not isn't the point for me. It's just like the fact that you did that just became the catalyst for me to be like, all right, I need to just really isolate myself. Now, is that the fucking most, my therapist told me today that's like not toxic, but not the most healthy way to do things, but it's just like I don't feel safe around those people. Now, it could have been talked through or whatever, but I'm like, I already tried that. You know what I'm saying? I already tried to have a conversation, and the conversation didn't go well. It got me angrier and angrier, because you're trying to erase how I see things and being like, well, I want to make sure that, the reality is the reality that I want. And I'm like, damn, like, but what about how I see things? Like, that doesn't matter, because you're seeing things wrong. And when it gets to that perspective where it's just like, all right, I can see how you saw it that way and blah, 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 but that's not what it was. I'm just like, that's what triggers me even more, to just kind of be like, all right, well, I don't feel safe around you. It's because now my perception of reality is now being fucked with. And that's why I had to protect myself. I had to protect how I feel. You know what I'm saying? And it just sucks. It just sucks. It got me depressed to a point where I'm just like, yeah, I gotta isolate myself. That's the only way I know how. You know what I'm saying? And to me, if you can't hear each other out or my side of the issue, then guess what? There's nothing to talk about at this point. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? There's really, and that's what it got to. It got to that point to where that individual is just like, yeah, like, what are we talking about then? Like, what's the point of you calling? And that hurts too. It's just like, damn, like, I didn't have to call you. Could have just cut you off. But I called you because I'm just like, I value that. And for someone to kind of not value that's another thing too. It's like, when you get to a point to talking to people and they just are like acting like, oh, I don't value this, I don't really care, I don't, like, I gotta, and it's just like, damn, all right, then I'm just gonna give you that same energy. Fuck it, we both gotta die at this point. Not saying that we gotta die, but like, that saying where it's just like, fuck it, that's how I feel. Like, fuck it, let's burn the whole thing down then. Let's ruin everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just flipped over the table at that point. I'm just like, all right, I'm just kind of reverting to my childhood self. Like, it could be immature, it could be whatever at that point, because I'm just like, I've reached my point. I've reached my threshold of like dealing with this situation. That's like, it's two people, like, so it's just like, yeah, I had to just do what I always do and say, fuck it. And it sucks that other people have to suffer because of that. But I'm just like, well, those other people, y'all are walking on a fucking thin ice anyways. So I'm just like, if you caught a stray, then it was like, well, there was something I wasn't really feeling with you anyways. You know what I'm saying? And, if it don't apply, let it fly. And I felt like some people were like, oh, this applies to me. Well, you had fucked up intentions to begin with. So I'm like, at that point, it is what it is. If what I did doesn't apply, then let it fly. If you felt a way about my actions, then like, that's something that we can talk over and mend those actions, because it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that happened last stream. Someone felt personally attacked, and I was just like, nah, this really doesn't have anything to do with you. But if you feel a certain way, then I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think it's all water. It could be. I'll say this: if they're watching, whoever's watching, if you come back and watch this, or you were watching it, it's nothing that can't be water under the bridge. But I'm like, things have to be addressed. And if things aren't necessarily addressed, then it's just like, I can't really do that. And that's me. That's more me being lonely. Because I enjoyed these people. I enjoyed being around them. We had plans. And I want to see those plans come through. But I'm just like, at the end of the day, at what cost? I wanted to drawn this shit. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't like start focusing on myself. If I didn't start honing in myself. I drew this because this is what I felt today. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I had to reach to my higher self. You know what I'm saying? And that's what came out today. And I wasn't doing this. I was slipping up on that. And if they can't take accountability for that, then it's just kind of like, all right, I don't want to be around that. But that's just me being a backslider. But I don't want to. I don't want to backslide. I want to continue on pressing forward. But like I said, that shit is hard. That shit is, it is something hard to let go of. You know, even though that may be what I have to do, it's hard nonetheless. It's like, you know, I'm just being myself. Like regardless of whatever mistakes or whatever direction I go, I'm just ultimately being myself and vulnerable on these streams, because like I think that that's what's best. When it's time to be grown, motherfuckers can't be grown, unfortunately. Yeah, and that includes me. I'm a villain in but I can be a villain in someone's story as well. They might see things completely differently, and I'm like, I'm okay with that, and it is what it is. I'm just like being bare and honest and vulnerable, you know? All of this could have been avoided if they would have communicated. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think communication fell through on my side as well. But I'm like you're saying, there's a lot of communication on their end where it's just like they're not being real and like vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I dislike is when my efforts are being minimized. That is like what really pushed me to the brink, was like my efforts and the things that I did was just kind of like, you know, I like specifically with this specific individual, it's like I drew this person. Like that's when I'm just like, okay, it was a little bit on the, you know, it wasn't platonic at that point. It's like, if I drew you, then like there was something there. And for you to kind of act like that didn't matter, even though that like right then and there, it was like figured out. It was just like, there was so much that I did that was just kind of like, oh, that's whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that to me is what I was just like, I can't be around you now, because you're just going to minimize everything on my end, or a lot of things on my end, and then just like amplify your communication to make it seem like it was something that it wasn't, you know? And that just hurt my feelings. And I can be honest, like a lot of this was just me. My feelings were fucking hurt. My feelings were hurt, and I feel betrayed. I feel like disrespected. I feel a lot of things, and it's just like, all right, it makes me feel like my like, all right, my perception of the world is flawed. And yeah, that just really took me to the next level. And you know, certain people, you know, not even certain people, some people were hurt because of that, because of my own actions after that, the reaction that I had. But I'm like, I'm tired of people saying like, oh, you're overreacting. That to me, I'm just like, well, what, like, why isn't my reaction equivalent to like the hurt that I'm feeling, specifically because of what you did? You know what I'm saying? And it's like on a day-to-day basis, that's why y'all fuck with me. Right? Y'all fuck with me because my energy. So my energy and my perception have to be right at one point. So it's just like, you get what I like? It just doesn't click in my head to be like, well, everything's fine up until like you're accusing me of something. That is when I'm just like, that gets on my nerves. Like, you had conversations with me, plenty of conversations to understand my mind. And then when but when like the anger and the upsetness is aimed at you, you're like, what? How can it be me? How could I have done something? But it's just like, you did though. Like, you did something to warrant this reaction. And now you're acting like I'm insane for even thinking that you could possibly do something. You know what I'm saying? And that to me is just like, wow, like, how, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could understand if the whole time you're like, nah, you're crazy. The whole time we've been interacting, I can't even see why you see things that way. But it's just like, it wasn't that. There was a lot of bonding going around, and, you know, that to me just is like thrown out, or it was thrown out. And I was just like, that hurt a lot. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of this shit I can talk to my therapist about, but I'm like low-key looking at her like, you know, I get some of the things that she be saying, but I'm just like, I'll cut my granny off if she don't see it how I see it. That's why I have to start moving that way, because it's just like, if you don't see it how I see it, like, I can't waste any time just sitting here going back and forth with you anymore. You know what I'm saying? I gotta cut you off, like, at that point. And it sucks. Now, granted, there's a lot of context, 100% context that is missing from this tale or whatever. But it's just like, I can only tell my story from this point, and it's just like, I gotta do what I gotta do to protect my emotions. Exactly. You know? Yeah, so that's just, let me do this. Yeah, this shit looks dope as hell. Milzo is giving main character energy. Yeah. And like, yeah, I what I'm talking about, like, it's really a complicated situation. For sure. It's a very complicated situation, and I got to that point where I said, fuck it, man. It's not even about the chances. It's more so like, I just have to protect my energy at all costs at this point, because I feel drained. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel so drained, and like, I don't even want to deal with it's affecting my other relationships with people who weren't even involved. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it just like got to a point where I was like, yeah, I have to protect. I have to be more, like, my vetting process has to be even higher than what it was, because it's like, you know, part of me just wants, like, everybody should get along with kumbaya, but it's like, the reality is, it can't be that. And if it is going to be that, it's going to be hard work. It's not going to be easy, is what I'm starting to realize. It's not easy. It's not easy to get to this dream, or to get to this idea that I have. And I'm not saying that I'm not going to collaborate anymore, but I guarantee you it's going to be fucking hard to collaborate with me. It's not going to be easy to just be in my vicinity and get my energy down. And although it may affect the relationships that I have now, I just hope that motherfuckers can understand that. I hope motherfuckers can see what I'm doing and understand, like, yo, he was spread a little too thin. And that's what I hope that people would understand. Like, I feel like the anatomy is a little bit off with abs, but we'll fix that. Yeah. That's why I was just like, what the fuck? Okay. We're gonna leave it like this for now, so I don't fuck it up. But yeah, it sucks, man. It sucks. I really fuck with those people, man. Like, besides all the toxic shit or whatever, I don't even want to say toxic, but just besides character flaws and all, whatever, I really fucked with those people. I was really riding for some people in that community. And like, even just the people I was collaborating with and talking to as creators, and they were supporting me, like, I really fucked with them. And it just sucks. It just sucks that things had to go that way. You know what I'm saying? And granted, I played a part in it too, but it's just like, I can only do so much on my own. And that's what it felt like. It just felt like I was doing too much for people who would not do the same for me. And that was just a hard lesson that I had to learn. It's just like, yeah, relationships, friendships take time. And you can't really, some of these motherfuckers were saying like we was just internet friends. And I was just like, That shit hurt. I was just like, damn, I didn't have to sit here and tie you to the thing. You can go back into some of my streams and I'm over there shouting them out. And it's just like, I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to do any of that. Now, to some people, that be like, hey, it's not that big a deal. But to me, it is. Like, to me, it's like you're forever tied to me. And I don't like that when like temporary people who are never gonna come back into my life, who are gonna move on, can give a fuck, eating this and that and the third, blah blah, can, you know what I'm saying? At all, you gotta give time. Time will show everything. Like, shit. I had to learn that the fucking hard way. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just like I didn't have to do any of those things. To me, it's just like it ties you to what I'm doing. And oh shit, what happened, gangsta? Just some personal fucking community Discord shit. What up? But just a little heartbreak as well. And yeah, I had to get a Zenkai boost from a heartbreak. Oh, go on. Yeah, it's just some people I thought that were cool weren't really cool. Yeah, it just sucks, man. It just really sucks. Let me light this shit up again. Got a motherfucker not eating, bro. Yeah, man. It just sucks. It just sucks, you know? It's definitely it's disappointing, and it's like I feel betrayed. I hope you're better now. For like, man, I just showed up today. Like, I'm not better. I just showed up, and I gotta keep showing up. Gotta keep them eyes open at all times, for real. Sometimes I get lost in the sauce and joy. The joy of bringing people together. The joy of like meeting someone who understands you. Like all that joy. I get lost in that. I appreciate that. You know? Getting lost in the support. Getting lost in like that joy. And it's just like, you don't really know what people's true intentions are. And then like, it's not, I don't even like painting it like that. It's more so like some people just don't feel the same way about certain things. To me, everything that was said, the conversations that were had, the community that I felt like was built, it just felt like something real to me. And I just got to start meeting people where I'm at. We shouldn't have to second guess ourselves on certain stuff. Yeah. And that's what it's caused. It's like now I'm sitting here looking at everybody like, yeah, I don't know about that. You know, I don't know about this situation. And it just makes me want to withdraw, like isolate, because it's just like, damn, like I thought that they felt the same way. Like certain actions, like I'll tell you right now, I'm not sitting here up in a Discord sleeping, spending 9 hours with people that I don't care about. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm not doing that with people I don't give a fuck about. I'm not sitting here chilling with people I don't care about. And I'm like, that's what, like, that to me was like extremely belittled. Even before that, even before it got to the Discord community. You know what I'm saying? Like it just makes me look at everything like, yo, what, like, I guess I'm crazy. Like, you know, it makes me feel crazy for even like wanting to continue that, you know, and that's what hurt the most. Yeah. Like like I don't think anybody in their right mind is spending that amount of time with somebody and not developing like feelings, like platonic or romantic. Like, I consider these people my friends enough to where I'm like, hey, let's all go to DreamCon shit. I'm not doing that with people I don't fucking care about. I'm not planning trips to go to Japan with people I don't give a fuck about. Like, that to me is like, I'm putting you in part of my dream type shit. Like, and to kind of like open a door romantically and then close that and then expect everything to be like okay, that to me is where it like really irked me. You know what I'm saying? And then that just made me look at everybody like, okay, I'm pouring into all these people, but are they pouring back? You know what I'm saying? It is. It's hella bit. I like every time I log into fucking Discord, boom, boom. I'm just like, damn, like, can't be chilling with the homies anymore. I gotta fucking be by myself now. And like, I know I'm not really alone. You know what I'm saying? But I'm alone in that feeling of like, of with these specific people. Like, I don't know how they fucking feel. I don't know if they care or not. They didn't fucking call me. I know for a fact if I was on the other end, I'm calling motherfuckers. Don't let those exceptions of bad taste isolate you. Yeah, I'm trying not to, man. And I'm glad y'all pulled up. I'm glad y'all are here because, like, this is me trying. You know, this is me trying not to do that. Putting myself out there. Still connecting with people. Still liking and reposting and shit like that. But it just makes me not want to deal with creators anymore. It makes me not want to do that. But I know I'm like, there's no absolutes. Like, I may be feeling this now, but in the future, things may be better. But it's just like, I have to have this caution now of like who I let into my circle and who I show up for. Cause me personally, like that shit means something to me. You know, in this digital age, that shit means something to me. I'm not liking everybody's posts. I'm not going, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I know like this people downplay this a lot. People downplay liking and sharing and resharing and all that. People downplay that a lot. But I'm like, as a creator, I'm sensitive about my shit. It's great that you're still putting effort in your craft, man. They moving weird and that's their downfall. Exactly. You know? And I don't wish nothing bad on anybody. I'm just like, we just got to go our separate ways. We really do. But that's how our world works right now. Unfortunately, everybody love being nonchalant and shit, not showing feelings or holding each other accountable. Exactly. I agree. As an artist myself, I'm sensitive about my shit. 5 likes ain't a lot, but imagine 5 different people saying, "Damn, that shit was hard." Like, what my point about that was like, this is romantically, right? If I like everything that you post, and it's like certain shit that like alludes to certain shit, like I don't know, I just feel like people can flirt through their activity on social media. You know what I'm saying? If I like everything that you're doing, and then I'm liking the I don't know how to explain it, but like hopefully y'all understand. But I'm just like, I just think that when people negate that and act like, oh, if you like my post, that don't mean shit. But if I like everything that you're doing, you know what I'm saying, and having conversations with you that are like flirtatious, then it's just like, that's something. Like, I hate when people try to negate that. Not like, I understand that like it has to be at a certain level, but like, imagine you're flirting with somebody through not direct communication, but through activity, right? Just because you feel like that doesn't mean the other person feels that way as well. I'm talking about the liking stuff now. The conversation flirting is completely different. But like, what I'm trying to say is like, how did we get there in the first place? If that makes sense, right? If the activity leads to me giving you my number and you like being reciprocated on that and call me and talk to me, like that's when I'm like, that matters. Like if I'm sitting here liking all your shit and we never get to the point of like direct messaging each other, then that's a different story. But if like, if we're commenting, true, I'm saying the number though, like if it leads to us getting to direct communication and you like being in my community of Discord, then I'm like, that's what I'm saying. So I'm just like, to me, when that was negated, that shit pissed me. I'm just like, I know when someone likes me and I know when someone doesn't. Nowadays, that's what people be on. They be bored and want someone to talk to. Yeah, people will play in your face. For sure. I just feel like there's a certain amount of activity that's just like, okay, you really fuck with me. Like if I'm an art page, right, and I post a selfie and you like it, that means you like, I feel like, in my opinion, you're attracted to me. If I say something like, damn, I look good, and you like it, like you could be resonating on a certain level, but I'm like, when that gets to the point of like we're exchanging numbers, like I can understand if I hit her up and she was just like, nah, I'm not really feeling that, then I'm like, hey, then I misread the whole situation wrong. You know what I'm saying? I read the whole situation wrong, right? And I can eat that on the chest. I can take rejection at that level. But when it gets to the point to where like you're admitting that you have a crush on me, and then like want to rescind that and act like all that history doesn't matter, then I'm just like, come on, like let's be real. That's just me personally. That's how I feel about it personally. I know there's levels to it. I think in your specific situation you're right, but I think it's very situational. But then again, motherfuckers will play in your face. I agree. I'm like that. That's why I'm just like, it is very situational, and that's why I'm like, if I compare it to any, because hey, I'm a player. I don't crush a lot. Whatever, you know what I'm saying. There's a lot of people I like. Let's just get that out the way, right? And when it got to the point to where it was more intimate, that's my issue. It's just like, you can't negate all that intimacy through activity, right? It's giving that person was just testing the waters and wanted to see how far you'll jump at shit. Probably, right? You know, and I don't know what the situation was, and I'm not here to like condemn that person or say I was right or say I was wrong. I just want to explain my side of things so people can like understand, like, this is what's going on from my point of view, and like just process that shit. Because it was just like, when that came up, it was just kind of like, no, that doesn't matter. If I like anything they post, it ain't romantic unless I say so. I just be using the like button, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But like, I think there's certain things that people might skip over, right? There's just commenting this and that and the third. Like, I feel like there's a lot more context to like what you're liking and all these other things. And I'm not saying that this is like the hill that I want to die on. I'm just saying that adds more context to the situation and why I was hurt, because it was just like, all right, like, then what was all that then? What was the point of doing all that? What was the point? My bad. Yeah, and I'm like, look at the day and age we live in. Come on, man, open your eyes. Now I feel it. It's just sometimes I'd be like, man, give love a chance type shit. Like, I'm a very, I don't even want to say whimsical. I don't want to say whimsical, but I'm just like, I'm very optimistic about shit sometimes, but that's just me. Yeah. And I don't, like I said, I don't want to condemn this person. What I want to say is she wasn't at the point of that conversation, the last conversation we had, she wasn't being for real about how she felt. That's my opinion. Having that baddie mentality and stuff, not saying everyone is like that, but the vast majority of these bimbos are ignore ignore the you. I'll never date a baddie again. That's what I mean. I don't think that that's what she was, but in my eyes, I was somewhat attracted. But it's just like off of, if I look at the timeline, it was cool. I was feeling her. Entered the DM. There was enough of the how this is how I'm gonna say it. There was enough of the online activity for me to feel comfortable to slide in her DMs and like try to talk to her on the phone. She's just kind of like, it's long distance anyways, right? She lived far away, right? And she was like, oh, I don't like long distance. Okay, immediately we're off the table, right? You say you can't do that. All right, cool. I'll stop flirting with you. We can go back to what we were doing. I don't care. It's the on and off and on and off again that I'm like, all right, like you just don't know what you want. Granted, her situation, whatever, she can be like, I can't do it in my. You get what I'm saying? It's like the on and off and on and off again is just kind of like, well, what the fuck? Like, if and at the end of the last conversation we had, she was like, we can still just go back to just being cool, right? We can still. I'd kill it immediately if I was told no long distance. You get what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, she was just one of the homies. She's around all the homies. We're cool. We're doing podcasts and all this other. Cool, right? We're just creators creating. If she needs help creating, I'm helping her. That's what it was. But then when you develop feelings for me, knowing that you know what I'm saying? Like, knowing that you already kind of cut me off the table, cut me off the board, said like, hey, it ain't gonna work. That's what's fucked up. She admitted that. All right, cool. You admitted that. So now I don't feel safe around you. I don't feel safe. Like, you can feel that way again. Now my feelings are forever gonna get hurt because you don't really know what you want, but you won't admit that. I'm okay if you admit, hey, I don't really know what I want. I don't really know what the hell's going on. All right, cool. Let's just see where the fuck things go then. You know, like that like so much, like there's so much context, guys. Like, I'm being so for real, like in this situation. I know, Vaughn, I tell you about crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I was right in any of those situations or I was wrong, whatever. I tell you a lot. That's the homie, right? In this situation, there was genuine confusion. And that's what made me, communication is easy, but they're not communicating right? And on my end, maybe she was. I don't know. Regardless of what it was, I just don't think that it was safe for me to be around her and the people that she now had a connection with. Because she built connections outside of me. Not saying that they're romantic, but it's like, we chilling in the Discord. You're chilling with my homies. You're talking to my homies. And then you're making all these connections and connecting with people. And that's helping you out, right? Now, how am I gonna, like, I don't feel comfortable going back to these people and explaining why, like, we're not cool. Saying what it is not hard. And I hate when people act like it is. You know what I'm saying? No, I agree with that. And yeah, that it just, for me, I can say what it is for me is the rejection and the back and forth. The not knowing how you really feel is it for me. This is a person that says they're a living contradiction. I also say that about myself. I'm a contradiction myself. I'm a contradiction myself. I have contradicting feelings 100%. But what I do have is a moral integrity, right? To my community and the people around me. I'm not going to open a door for it to be closed. And when I like somebody, I like somebody. I don't play around with people's emotions. I'm not a contradiction, but I have my moments as anyone does. Exactly. So I'm just like, for me, it just really upset me because I was just like, that's not really fair to me that we've built all these things. You know what I'm saying? And I was okay with it just being cool. You open that door and then now quickly backtrack from it. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason. It's still not fair to me because I'm like, I'm still on the same page, right? Whether it go from we're just cool to me actually liking you. And for you to like say things implying like, oh well, you didn't draw me, then I draw you. You didn't do that, then I. It's just like not really fair, and that to me is what hurt. That to me, that unfairness is what hurt. I was just like, damn, like this isn't really fair to me. You know, I could understand if you weren't on those voice calls. I can understand if you weren't there. You know, I can understand if like you weren't playing like the same type of flirting game. Like I can understand all these things because I know when someone doesn't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? It just sucks when someone does like someone fucks with you, but they're just hiding that emotion. And that was what really like sent me off the rails. It's like, all right, well, fuck everybody at this point. You know what I'm saying? Granted, I should, regardless of whether it's giving Makima situation. Shit, it could have been. But yeah, that hurt the most. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, I'm glad y'all understand. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad I'm glad y'all understand for the most part. I felt crazy at one point. You know, still kind of do. Still down about it. Yeah, definitely feeling led on. Like I was led on. Like that's how I feel about the situation. Like 100%. It really confused. And again, I'll say this on my end, right? Because again, takes two to tango. Human ain't easy for everyone. Unfortunately, know that you can't hold everyone to your standards. Yeah, and that's a tough thing. That's a tough thing I gotta learn. You know, that's a hard pill I gotta swallow. But I'm like, with me, it's just like I gotta fucking I gotta isolate because I'm just like I go into flight or flight, and I'm just like, nah, fuck that. Like I gotta protect myself because I don't know who is going to do that. It's just like it's like when someone's abusing a cat, and then the cat runs into other people. Like I don't know, feel like I don't know if you're gonna hit me like the other person was hit. That's exact fight or flight. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's fight or flight for real. Because I was triggered, like the abandonment issues, all that shit. Like I'm hella triggered. You know, and that sucks because then when you meet people who are genuine and you're just like, oh, I don't really know, you don't really know. That's my thing about it. It's just like you don't really know. You don't, people are good actors. People, I don't fucking know this. I never seen this. I never seen this person in person. You know what I'm saying? So I can only take them at face value. But it sucks now that I have to keep that guard up because then people can be genuine, and that person, although them being genuine, like they could have their own shit where they're just like, oh, I don't like when people are so guarded. I know for a fact I don't like when people are so guarded. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that shit. That's kind of what's affecting me, but it's not affecting my art, and that's all that really fucking matters. I showed up today. It didn't affect me to the point to where I couldn't do shit. So I'm proud of myself for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got the motherfucking Sharingan. I mean, to me, I got that feeling, and I feel like that's what I felt with my anger. My anger and like what ended up happening ended up revealing the truth. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I kind of seen how she moved, and I kind of seen how the people, because this is two separate situations. By the way, this is not like all one person. Um, Two separate situations. Everything will be revealed to me in dreams, body language, and energy. It, and I feel that, so I'm just like, yeah. And I feel like it ended up getting revealed. I'm guarded as fuck. I lack trust in people for my own reasons, but if you don't give me a reason to not mistrust you, I'll trust you enough to conversate. Exactly. That's how I am. I'm like, you didn't give me a reason until you did give me a reason to just be like, all right, I don't even want to be around y'all. Like, and that just opened my eyes to it's just like, yo, you're spreading yourself too thin. You're pouring into all these people who aren't pouring into you. You're taking away time and and meshing, and that's, man, when I tell you that's just shit that I do not like. I do not like when I go back and I'm like, I'm always gonna remember these people now. I'm always gonna remember this person now because it's like cemented that we fucked with each other on some type of level. And that is what I'm just like, damn, like I didn't have to do that. Now going forward, I gotta be like, yeah, like I gotta act a certain way. I gotta be a certain way with like my like I don't want you touching this at all. You know what I'm saying? Because that support did feel good. I think that she genuinely wanted to support me. And I'm like, now I just want things to stay that way. You know what I'm saying? I think that was genuine. But then I think that's a fire sign thing. Damn. Always remember. Yeah. The memories won't hit the same. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. I'm okay with that. But I'm like, it's just in the meantime, like that shit hurts. And that's what I'm saying. The context, like for me, it's like someone who was actively supporting everything that I was doing for like months, and it was okay that way. It was okay that way. And then like I opened the door and the door was closed, and I was like, all right, cool, I'm fine with that. We fuck with each other from a little bit of a distance, and we're just cool. That's okay. True, exactly. That's why I'm like, it's okay. It was okay at that point, and it became not okay when you're just like, oh, I actually fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? I actually like him. And when I tell you, I was saying any and everything to be like, hey, I'm just being me. I'm keeping it real. Like when I don't know if you had female friends before. If y'all have female friends, especially if you're straight, like when you have female friends, I'm not, and they're just a homie. You say certain shit that like, hey, like I was sitting here saying like, oh, I'm finna fuck with this girl, I'm finna fuck with this girl, I'm doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I was making sure that, hey, this is when I'm talking to you like you're one of the boys. You know what I'm saying? Not in a disrespectful way, but like you're one of the homies. Straight up, you're one of the homies. And that made you like me. You know what I'm saying? Female homies are goaded when like they stay homies. But when they start to gain feelings from you, it's just like now you messed it all up. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I can treat you how like that's what it was for a minute. And then you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want to say she, right? I swear if y'all were there listening to the conversation, like everybody knew that she like started liking me. Everybody knew. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, imagine I'm here thinking that she's just a homie, right? And then she's now saying like, "Oh, I want like personal phone calls." You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, it wasn't said just like that, but that's why I'm just like, when we're isolating each other now and we're talking one on one, like those are feelings to be had. And to me, my boundary when it comes to my female friends that I might be attracted to, it's like, hey, let's just hang around the group, right? But even within the group setting, it was like, when you like when you're a kid and you play flirt with somebody, you know what I'm saying? We're sitting here saying like, it's just, man, there's so much context. And if y'all were there, y'all would be like, oh yeah, that girl likes you, but then she's just playing like she don't. And that was when I was just like, yeah, like I don't feel I can't be in a group setting with you because even then you're crossing the boundary. That was the hill that I was trying to die on with her. I was just like, yeah, even if we go back to like, hey, let's just talk, like that might lead to something. Oh, we can still do the podcast, like we can still do this, we can still do that. And I'm just like, it's going to lead to that because there's an attraction there. And it's just like you can't like at this point. Fucking, what is this? I think this is. What's crazy is I know I'm probably gonna change this. Yeah. So yeah, that shit hurt, man. It was some people not cool with being with people having feelings for them. I shut shit down and space you off if I find out so you can undo those feelings. Being around me ain't gonna fix it. I'm saying, I'm saying, bro. Like that shit just I don't I think I'm still here just listening to the convo since I'm not you know what I'm saying? And this can I mean, I feel like this can apply to I'm not straight, but I do have history with women. I mean, maybe that it doesn't if it don't apply to yeah, like I don't know. I think it applied to any type of romantic relationship in my opinion. But granted, I don't know that if it's the same with men. Um but yeah, that shit is it just like it fucked me over. It fucked me up because it was like it was a dope ass dope ass person. You know what I'm saying? She didn't hope it's worse. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it is. I know a lot of men don't really know how to communicate either. In my own experience, I did the same thing to a dude and a woman, both of which I thought were just friends. You know what I'm saying? But I think in this situation there was like there was like a mutual attraction, right? Maybe one was more than you. I'll say it for sure. For me, like I maybe thought things were different from what they really were, and yeah, no, that's not the same. No, I'm not a mute. I'm still here. No, I'm still here. I just was fucking locking in on these fucking locks. Locked in on the locks. But yeah, that sure hurt my feelings. I'm fucking up. No, you're not tripping. I just locking in. Yeah, that's what I'm currently experiencing. Depressed and lonely. Cause I was the thing, man. Hop on the Discord, everybody chatting it up, everybody cool. So I hate how I joined and everything went to shit. This motherfucker just looks too cool. But hey, it is what it is. I just hope you heal from this and come back 1,000 times better. Yeah. I mean, I always do. I always do. I come back better. So that's why I'm like, I had to go on, I'm going on my little Sasuke journey, man. And well, I don't think I'm coming back to the village. I already left. Yeah, that's on. I already left out that bitch. I think that's the whole Yeah, that's real. Who knows, man? Random statement. I'm gonna need meals though. I'm not gonna lie. He's looking real beefy right now. Not gonna lie. Like I already know. I already know the comments that's finna be under here. I already know. Professor O look dependable as fuck. He definitely is. But Milzo? Nah, he for the streets. Milzo is for the streets. For sure. Alright. Yep. There goes. Milzo look like a hoe. Yeah. He is definitely for the streets. Lord forbid a guy just attractive. Nah, he for the streets. Rohan though, Rohan's for his family. He lost his, you know what I'm saying? Rohan is a different story, but Milzo for the streets. Yeah, this shit came out dope as fuck. That dude is a hoe. Yeah, he. Oh yeah, so the story. I know he spiritual beings and shit. Yeah, he like Thor. So Rohan and Milzo are one and the same. All of them wrapped around his fingers. Facts. So Rohan and Milzo are like the same. So like Rohan is the earthly version of Milzo. So Milzo is more like a spirit, more like a god. And the JoJo's mentioned. I don't know. I'm lost. Kishibe Rohan. Yeah, that's funny. But Rohan pretty much is the earthly vessel of Milzo. Milzo is a god of the streets, if that makes sense. So Rohan, in his younger days, he went around doing like, he was he was he was like known throughout the land, or the streets is what I call them, as like a hustler. He was a legendary person within the streets, and his street name was Milzo. So from people really like believing in the folklore of Milzo, birthed Milzo from Rohan. So Rohan is like kind of a Jekyll and Hyde, right? So he can turn into Milzo. So it's like Milzo's more of a transformation, a domain expansion, the streets for real. And so that's pretty much their relationship, is that Rohan can turn into Milzo. The reason why he has to turn into Milzo is because he had a fall from grace. And yeah. Let's see. I feel like this is messed up. It's supposed to be his fate. Yes, sir. So there's Milzo folklore. It's because he was such a legendary person within the streets. Yeah, look, that looks cooler now. Yes, sir. That's all. This world that I'm building is just like, it's gonna be crazy. A lot of supernatural stuff that's going on. But yeah, Milzo was birthed by these urban legends of Rohan. So Rohan would go around the streets doing what he got to do, and essentially birth Rohan, or birth Milzo. And so once he meets the Psychic Homie, once he meets Hakim, Hakim like opens his eyes to the power that he has and taps into it. Think of Milzo like the highest version of Rohan. So Rohan taps into his higher self, and that's what Milzo is, if that makes sense. Milzo is Rohan, but Rohan is not Milzo. Not anymore. You know what I'm saying? Rohan was Milzo. He was. People still call him that. They can be like, oh yeah, Rohan, aka Milzo. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'll wait for the ads. And this is the longest stream we had in a while. But it's good. It's good. I'm getting my hours up. I appreciate that, Vaughn. I appreciate that for real, for real. Get off. Fine. Let me see. No. Yes. Yeah. Fair. Okay, keep it that way. All right. Okay. Yeah. So Rohan is Millzone, but not anymore. Millzone is the untapped potential of his Rohan's higher self, and that Hakeem brings out. Hakeem the psychic homie brings out. So just think of it as like Hulk and Dr. Banner. You know, it's giving big Hulk vibes. You know what I'm saying? Because Milzo has his own hidden intentions as well. Just gotta draw more on him. Facts. And Milzo gets active in the field as well. It's time to get active. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah, I'm posting this. I'm about to post. Oh man, I got so much to fucking post, man. I got a lot of streams that I drew on that I did not post. A lot of content. It's supposed to have nipples. I'm not. not trying to draw nipples on him. Yes, sir. I appreciate that. Reaper signing out. That's pretty much a good place to stop as well. So, with that being said, I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna do the same. I want to go Blizzy and watch this new anime I started a few days ago. For sure. I appreciate y'all for showing up. Catch you on the next one. Um, Shout out to all the homies. Shout out to my pops. Shout out to God for letting me share my gifts with the world. I promise to use my gifts for understanding. Yeah, shout out to everybody. And we still going. Day 112 has been a success. Yeah. It's been real. It's Mukamara Sama signing out. Yes, sir. Shout out to the psychic homies. H is in the chat. Appreciate y'all.